Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of the RetroBrown Solo Randomiser Challenges, and today we are, oh god, we're doing a solo run with just a Metapod. Just a Metapod. And you'll understand my disdain for this video in general just by looking at its moveset. As you can see there, Metapod can only learn one move, and that is Harden, which does not attack the opponents. So yeah, just like the Kakuna run, just like the Magikarp run, yeah, this is going to be a struggle. And that is a pun, because that is going to be the only move, the only damaging move that we can actually use. So let's have a quick talk about Metapod's stats, because there's not much. It's awful. We got a total of 205 base stats, which is split across its defense being the highest at 55, HP 50, attack 20, special 25, and speed 30. We are not looking good. So I dubbed this Metapod Failure the Third, as we've had we've had other runs like this, and as I've spoken about in other videos, there are a number of Pokemon, a handful of Pokemon, where it is just completely impossible to actually complete the game with. And you'll see here why this is going to be such a struggle. When we actually go against the rival here, which is fine in this battle because we don't actually need to win this battle to progress, we have Harden to use, and it's got a lot of PP to get rid of. It's got 30 PP in fact to get rid of before we can actually use Struggle. And by that point, we're already taken out. So what we have to do, we have to go up to Viridian Forest, we have to find weak Pokemon, likes of, generally the Metapods are going to be better to, Metapods or Kakunas are better to go against, so you can get rid of all your PP. And then once you've got rid of all your PP, the game has programmed a move called Struggle into the game. So that means that when you've run out of all your PP, you can still use an attacking move, which is called Struggle. But what it does is it attacks the opponent and then damages you in recoil. So this is what we have to work with. This is the only attacking move that we have to work with for this entire run. And every time that I get on low HP, if I don't have a potion, I have to go back to a Pokemon Center, and then we need to go and find another Kakuna or Metapod to get rid of our PP, and the cycle starts all over again. So you can imagine, even on 2 times, 3 times, 4 times speed, this takes a lot of hours to be able to get through to the end point that's actually possible to get to with a Metapod. And yeah, we're level 9 against this bug trainer here. This is the very first bug trainer in Viridian Forest, and even then we still can't take it out because we just take too much damage. We do too much damage in recoil. This whole run became so tedious, so annoying. One good thing about Metapod though is that 55 base defense. It does give us a little bit of insurance, so we actually can do damage, can tank maybe a few hits, and get enough struggles off that we can actually do some damage. Most annoying thing about these early game Pokemon though, a lot of them, like the Sandshrew, the Pidgeys, they all have Sand Attack. And if you're not hitting, then you're not doing damage, and they can just take you out at their own leisure. So I actually backtracked to go against the rival to the west of Viridian. And here at level 12, I was hoping we could get more experience, because it takes, the most experience you can get in Viridian Forest is around about 60-ish, and that's from like a level 6 Metapod. Whereas if you can go against the likes of this Pidgey and this Charmander, you can get upwards of about 100, so it's kind of quicker, but it's also kind of not. I don't like restart after each of these attempts as well, because I want to keep that, I want to keep the experience and keep going. So when we actually got to a level that could defeat the rival, it was level 15. We didn't get hit by too many sand attacks, and we could take the Pidgey out in 3 hits. The Charmander, on the other hand, doesn't have Ember at this point, which is good, and we can take it out with a couple of struggles, but it was only with being level 15, having that extra HP via level up, that it was actually possible to do this, because we're going to need a lot of levels, we're going to need a lot of HP to be able to get through all these battles. And going back to the junior trainer, the Lightspeed junior trainer as most people call him, I actually went in this battle with a few PP4 hardened, that way that they're not going to do as much damage and we've got more chances to hit, because I know that Sandshrew is going to come through and it's going to start using Sand Attack. So I need to make sure they can't do much damage to us so that we can actually get enough turns to deal damage out. And this is the only way we could get past it. And we came right down to the wire here. We're on 1 HP here and we actually can't do it this one. So yeah, we're going to have to reset on this one and try again. I do think it's possible at this level though. Having those hardens there, that's definitely going to help us. The annoying thing with Struggle though, with the recoil damage, it ignores any defense increases. But in this attempt, we actually get down to 22 HP, it was 25 now we've leveled up. We've got a few more points of HP left than we did in the previous attempt. That way I actually think it's going to be possible. But it was only because we got a little bit good RNG with that. And we do start missing a lot with Struggle here. But we've got 11 HP, 8 going into this last attack here. And as long as we don't get hit by scratches, we'll actually be able to... Oh, come on, there we go. 5 HP left and we managed to get through the junior trainer. Now the big question is, Struggle is classed as a normal move in Gen 1. In every other generation it's classed as a Type Plus move, so against a Rock type Pokemon it wouldn't be ineffective. But here we're going to have to get past both a Geodude and an Onix, both of which have got great defenses, both of which have got a canny bit of HP. So as you can see, we're level 20, which is massively over level compared to what we usually are with these runs. And we only just take down and we've got 10 HP left. So this is not going to work. This is going to be a null attempt. And we don't even get the Onix down to half HP. We're going to have to level up. There's no other thing we can do really. And the level that actually became possible at was at level 26. We've got 73 HP now. And the hope is that we get a few critical hits, even though our speed is garbage. And we can actually get past those defense increases that he puts on himself. And hopefully be around about half HP to go into the Onix. Because we need at least that amount of HP to be able to beat this Onix. The most annoying thing as well is this Onix has Bide. And Struggles, we don't have any other move to hit, so it's going to hit us no matter what. This is why we need to be so high level. But thankfully, we managed to get through it. Onix goes down and we've got 6 HP left, which is... Honestly, this took hours to get to. It just took absolutely hours. So when we finally got through to Misty, we'd beat every trainer we could in Mount Moon. We were level 30 going into this battle. But because we're so over leveled now, it actually looks very trivial, this battle, in comparison to the Brock battle. We got through to 40 HP going into the Starmie, but with Bubble Beam, that's just going to completely decimate us. So we need more levels, or we need better RNG. But considering we can't beat Misty, there's only one other place we can get some levels, and that's going to be Nugget Bridge, so we need to go and beat the rival. Now there's a big problem when it comes to these struggle runs, and that is because you're taking so much damage back in recoil, you're constantly losing HP. And yeah, you could have the highest level, you could have the highest defense, but if the trainer's got upwards of like 4 to 5 to 6 Pokemon, you've got to then stall out 6 of those Pokemon with your remaining HP and deal damage, and also take their damage that they deal to you. So this is where it becomes a bit of a problem. We didn't even get past the Rattata on this attempt, so we're going to have to level up even more. And it's annoying because there's trainers past the rival here that we actually want to go against, and we'll be able to get up easier levels. But level 32, which we came... Usually when I do these, I go up in like levels of 2, I'll go away, I'll train a bit, come back 2 levels later and see if the attempt's even possible. And at this attempt, we get the Pidgeotto down, we're at half HP. The Abra is very defensively weak, so we can actually take it down in 1. The Rattata is going to go down in 2 hits as well. It's not going to. Great. So level 32 is not going to cut it. So what level do we need to be to beat the rival on Nugget Bridge? I tried again at level 35. I was hours into the attempt at this point, and honestly, I was getting so sick of this. I was about to turn it off and come back another day. I got him up to level 35, failure number 3. And at this point, we finally got past the Rattata in one hit. It took us till we were 20 levels above it to one-shot it. And thankfully, the Charmander complied. It didn't use Ember, and we managed to take it out with 2 struggles. That took so long to get past this point. And Jubbles, you're giving me such a hard time on this one, buddy. If Jubbles is one of my channel subscribers. He's been very active with comments, likes, advice, and such, and just expressing his opinion. It's very appreciated. I hope you're enjoying the videos, mate. And this one's hope you're appreciating this struggle that I'm doing with Metapod for you. Okay, so at level 37, we've done Nugget Bridge. We've beat every single trainer. We're finally back to Misty. We're 16 levels above. And thanks to that, we've actually got an attempt where we can take out the Starmie. Flipping heck. We're only 2 badges in. So I'm going to... There's only really one point that we can get to. Because we don't have a move that can hit Ghost-type moves, it's actually impossible for a Metapod to get past Lavender Tower. Struggle doesn't hit Ghost-type moves in Gen 1 because it's classed as a normal move. So Lavender Tower is our end point. The rival there, Giovanni and the Rocket Corner, Erica, the Dojo Master, they're essentially our Elite 4 for this video. Because they're the 4 strongest trainers that we can actually do before even trying to beat Lavender Tower. And on the SSN, it's not exactly that much of a struggle, but Charmaine does start using Ember, and we do get burned. So we either need more levels here, or we need to just get some really good RNG. And unfortunately, it was more levels. You can see there we've had a massive jump in our level cap. We went from level 36 to level 50 to even make this battle possible. And this took so long. It honestly took so long. And it all came down to that Charmeleon who just constantly used Ember. And you can see there, we only managed to get through this at level 50 with 1 HP. This is how bad Metapod is. And I'm not looking forward to when Caterpie comes up. We've already done Kakuna, we've done Magikarp. There's Weedle left to do as well, I think. Have we done a Weedle run yet? I can't remember. Either way, we're going back to... we're going to go against Surge now, and we'll see how we do from here. No, we haven't done a Weedle run. I've just had a check. So Surge was actually relatively very easy. Both Pikachu and Raichu are defensively quite weak. So with a physical type move like Struggle, we actually do quite well against him. We get a critical hit which takes out the Raichu, so that was actually kind of lucky, and that was a first time victory against Surge. And that means we can move through to Rocket Tunnel. Rocket Tunnel? Rock Tunnel. And here is a big problem, a big obstacle in our way, in the form of 2 Geodudes and a Graveler, all of which use, so we are not looking good. But this is where Metapod's defense comes into play, and the fact that we're so high leveled. He can use, each one of them could use self-destruct, and we can get through that. Annoyingly, this Geodude uses Rock Throw, decides he doesn't want to use Explosion until the very last minute, really. Yeah, we got 62 HP to get past this 60 HP to get past the Graveler. Oh no, we're not going to do this. And he goes self-destruct. Can we tank it? We do. Why did that do so much less than the Geodudes? That's very weird, but okay, we'll continue on. We're through Rock Tunnel. We're level 53 and we're going on our first attempt against Lavender Tower rival. Normally this is one of the easiest rival fights in the entire game. But when you're doing it with a Metapod or one of these ones, it just is not easy. We're 2 Pokemon in, we're about 1/3 down on our HP. And yeah, we're just going to constantly take damage. The scariest Pokemon on his entire team for this battle is actually the Gyarados. And that's because it knows Dragon Rage, which does 40 power every time it hits. I mean, yes, it does know Hydro Pump as well, But yeah, we're not going to beat that Gyarados yet. We need more levels. So I tried against Erica, and it didn't really go much better. That Victory Belt always used Poison Powder on us, which means that we're always in a race against time. Reason why it used Poison Powder instead of any other move is because we're a bug type and it's weak to poison. It's our only poison move, therefore the AI says just use poison moves, and there's no way to get through this battle without being poisoned, and I don't heal within the battle, and there's no way to get past the Vileplume, which is next, and she also uses a God's sake, these are supposed to be the mid-tier battles, and they are so hard when you're using a Pokemon like this. And Giovanni's no better because he's got 2 rock Pokemon. You've got Onix, which has got a ridiculous 160 defense, and we're using physical moves against him. You can see here, Rock Throw does a lot of damage. We're not doing much with Struggle. We get a really lucky crit, but we're nearly at half HP here, and we've still got 2 Pokemon to go. And then Rock Throw hits again. We got 67 HP to try and take out a Rhyhorn, which is also a rock Pokemon, and with very high defenses. And then a Kangaskhan after that. Mathematically, at this point, I think I already knew that we weren't going to do this attempt. Even with the best RNG in the world, it just wasn't going to be possible. So, 14 HP, and we're probably not even going to have enough to take out this Rhyhorn. No, we're not. 1 HP. There we go. So, we've gone against 3 of the 4 elite members for this run. And the last one to go against is the Black Belt in Saffron City. And I actually think we've got a chance against him at this level. As long as that Hitmonlee doesn't do much damage, and the Hitmonchan doesn't use the likes of Fire Punch, we should be okay. We're at half HP going into the second Pokemon. He's like the Bruno of this Elite Four, really, because he's not exactly the strongest, but he's only got 2 Pokemon, so I would say he's easily the easiest Pokemon trainer on this Elite Four for a Metapod. Unfortunately, we just take too much damage this turn, so we're going to have to go back in. I still think it's actually possible at level 57, but after a few more attempts, it just became more and more evident that I needed a few more levels. So we went up to level 61, and from that, we're just over half HP going into the Hitmonchan. So as long as he doesn't use Comet Punch, I think we've got a good chance here. Agility, not the best thing, not the worst thing, and this Comet Punch misses. And then, yes, 3 struggles takes down the Hitmonchan, and there's the first of the 4 down. But that was still very difficult. I kind of decided Erica, because she's only got 3 Pokemon that I can do neutral damage on, she was going to be the easier out of the 3 to then go against next. We know the Victory Bell's going to poison us, and we can take it down in 2 hits. Tangler's up next, and what we're hoping for is another 2-shot struggle. Poison is just slowly taking down our HP here, and we're at 94 HP going into the Vileplume. It's the first time we've seen the Vileplume, in all honesty. It's going to be a 3-hit KO, so what we're hoping for is he doesn't use Mega Drain. Come on. Petal Dance is bad. Can we do it on 14 HP? We survive on 5 HP. Okay, that is very, very close. Very, very close. So that's 2 out of the 4 down, and we've got Giovanni and the rival left. Considering Giovanni's only got 3 Pokemon, it made more sense for me to go and try this at level 68. Because the rival's got 5 Pokemon. And even if Onix does quite a lot of damage to us, going against 3 Pokemon when you've only got Struggle is a lot better odds than going against 5. So we take down the Onix, we've only lost 44 HP, which is very good, but we are nearly 3 times the level of some of his Pokemon. And his Rhyhorn takes us down to around about half HP before we take it out. So we've got the Kangaskhan left on 88 HP. It's going to be a free shot, and hopefully the bite's not going to do too much damage. Rage, that's perfect. Rage is an awful move, and it does get better the more that you get hit. But right at the start when you use it, it's a terrible move. We're not going to pick up the Silph Scopes, we don't need it, we can't get past this. So we're going against the rival, level 68 here. I don't know if it's possible to do it at this level. But we managed to take out the Pidgeotto at 1 hit. We take out the executing 2 and it didn't put us to sleep. That's pretty good. But the big one's coming up next, and it's Gyarados. Gyarados is going to be a 2-shot, and it used Leer, which is perfect. We've got 71 HP to take down the Kadabra, which should go down in 1. It's got bad defenses. 47 HP to take out this Charmeleon. I don't know where we can do this, but we get a critical. We take him out, and that's the end of the video. You can see me pausing here because, honestly, the end time to this was ridiculous. It was honestly ridiculous. Because Kakuna was a bug poison type, it actually had some resistances against a lot of the Pokemon, so it's going to be around about similar times. This took 17 hours and 38 in-game minutes to get to this point, and it is not possible to get any further than this with a Metapod because we can't tackle the Ghost-type Pokemon coming up right now. So, Metapod, failure the third, is just can't do it. And I'm going to show you here why it's not possible. So we're just going to go against this channeler here, and she's going to send out a Ghastly. We only have Harden, we only have Struggle, and Struggle doesn't affect Ghastly. So this is why it's completely impossible for a Metapod to get past Lavender Tower, and it's not possible for it to 100% the game. And we just have to wait for it to casually take us out. If you were going to try and dodge some of the trainers, unfortunately this is as far as you can get as well. You cannot get past this channeler here, it completely blocks your way. And from that, it's just more proof that this is completely impossible, just with a Metapod. So, unfortunately, failure the third is, I think, our third or a fourth Pokemon now where we've proven it's impossible to solo the game with. But now we've done one of the most tedious runs we've done so far. I think it's time that we now choose what our next run's going to be. So let's get that wheel spun. First up, we have Marowak. We haven't... Yeah, that'd be an interesting one. It's got quite good defenses from... interesting. Gyarados. Gyarados is second, guys. Gyarados is second. Oh, considering the run we've just done, I think I need a Gyarados run. Yeah, I'm not doing a horsey run. We're going to go with Gyarados. We're going to have some fun next week. We'll catch you then. And, of course, guys, if you've smashed that like and subscribe button, you are a legend. Really, really appreciate it. And, of course, it helps the channel grow. And the more and more people that are going to subscribe, more these videos are going to get shown. More inclined I am to keep on doing this. But as that being said, we'll see you next week, guys. Take care.